Hello again, I hope you're alright. This is another video in a series that I'm putting together to help you as decorators make your quoting and keeping track of your jobs a little bit easier. We've done keeping times of the jobs you do so you can do a better quote, how to put a spreadsheet together so that you've got your times and then you can put a quote together from a spreadsheet. I've shown you how to do that. We're now moving on to job sheets and how to keep track of your costs, your times on all the jobs you do so that you know at a glance if you're making money or if you're not. If that's something you think might be interesting, then that's all coming up after this. One of the biggest problems when you're running a job is to know at a glance whether you're making money or not. You know, you can feel like you're in the money and you're making money and you're doing okay, but in reality there are costs that maybe you've lost track of or you've forgotten about. So it's always worth jotting them down in a diary and then coming back to your office, put them on a spreadsheet and keeping track so that you know exactly where you're at with them. Which is what I've done with this spreadsheet. So let me show you what I've put together. Okay, so this is the little spreadsheet I've put together. It looks a bit flash, but it's nothing too clever. I've got a few tabs here that might help when you're putting prices in your job sheet. So to start with, I've got a little Facebook forum called Owning a Decorating Business. It may be worth looking at that if it's something you think might interest you. All it is a Facebook forum. I'll go over here. All it is a Facebook forum that is full of decorators that have got their own businesses, and we just chat about sales ideas and bits and pieces like that. So it may be something you might find interesting. If it is, let me just show you. We'll move it over here. There we go. That's what it's all about. Oh, we've got a post there. We've got Ian Crump on there. He contributes quite a bit, so he's on there quite a lot and helps us with posts and questions and answers. So yeah. But if you think that's something you might be interested in that might help your business, then pop one over and join our group. It's growing quite fast. We're heading towards 2,000 members, so lots of good people in there with lots of good advice and good ideas. It's well worth having a look at. Next, we've got Dulux Decorating Centre, so that if you've got a price and you know that you need to find out, I've put a link there so that you can just quickly check out different prices for stuff. It's just easier than just makes it a little bit easier for you. That was all. Same again with the Paint Shack. We love the Paint Shack, so we've got some bits and pieces there that'll help you go through and find the prices of like the PU satin, PU gloss, that sort of thing. It's just really made to make it a little bit more simple. And also I've added this tab here, which is UK day rates for different trades that may be useful, may not, but I just thought it might be helpful. Any other ideas you got for tabs, let me know in the comments below and I'll put them in. I just couldn't think of any more at the moment. So that's sort of like the little helpful tabs, and then over here we've got the interesting stuff. So I've added this is the important bit. So if you've got blokes working on your jobs, then just put in their day rates. So let me just show you. If you change that to £140 a day, then his hourly rate should change based on working 9 hours. If you work less hours, then this will all change. Also, if you charge mileage to the jobs, which I do, then you can put your mileage rate in there, which I think now is about 45p a mile. Not too sure, but that's what I go with. And then also the day rate that you use to quote with. So I think £200 a day is roughly what you base your quotes on. So yeah, and then anything in yellow needs some information entered by yourselves. So that's the important bit. And then going on to the nuts and bolts of the job sheet. There we go, job sheet. That's what we're looking for. So this is where all the exciting stuff happens. So first of all, you put in your quotation price, what you quoted for the job. It will then work out your tax and the estimated number of days that it should take, and then if you fill this out of how much you budgeted for materials, for labour, fuel, hire, and other stuff, it will give you a subtotal there. And then once you start filling this over here with day, date, and name, and the hours worked, this will start then populating this top bit here. So it'll show you the hours worked, your labour costs to date, your material costs, your fuel costs. This will all start getting populated to give you an idea of where you're at. And then also over here, if you enter in the blokes that are working on the job, so if you've got Dave, that will tell you his day. But I think there was an Ian, so put in Ian's. We've got a James as well. So then those are the people that are working on the job. And then if you start putting so let's put a date in. If we had Dave in there, we've got Dave with his hourly rate of £15 an hour. Put his start time in, which normally 8 o'clock. Normally worked to about 4. So there we go. We got 8 hours a day, 15.56 an hour, and that's what that's his total cost of the job. So then when you start adding all these different figures, it will all start calculating and give you an idea of where you're at on the job. Let me show you a worked out example of a job sheet that I've put together before, and it'll probably make it look a lot easier for you. So let me do that now. Okay, so we've got a job sheet here that we've made up. So we've got a job, we've quoted £1,500 for the job. £300 of that is tax, so that gives us a budget to get the job done with of £1,200. We've estimated £300 is going to be used for materials, £70 is going to be used, £700 rather, sorry, is going to be used for labour, and £60 is going to be used on fuel. So that's what we've budgeted, that's what we've worked out it's roughly going to cost us. So then every time we buy materials, we add that into here. I mean, you'd have to put where the supplier is, but it's sometimes a good idea to put what it is. So that's your materials cost, and then down here you'll get a total £203, which will then go up here. Same with your staff or your painters. You put those in there, the hours they've worked. That'll give you a total down here of the hours on the job, 72 hours, which will then go up there. Also, you put your mileage in. We're sharing a van, so not everybody has to pay petrol, but that's there, and then the total £45 will be down there. So there you go. This all starts to add up. So at the moment, you can see that we're just about on track. We've got £29.78 left, roughly 3 hours work left to do on the job. Then over here, this is our profit. So we've got £29 left in the job, which is a profit margin of like 2%, which is horrendous. You want to be working for more on that. And also we've got a percentage rates of labour, materials and fuel, which is quite handy to know. Once you start building this up over time, you know, you get an idea of, oh, well, outside, you know, it's going to be X percentage for labour, X percentage for materials. It's just sort of helps you give a rough guide to what you're looking at. So just to give you an example, don't take these figures for sure, because I've got to work these out a little bit more. I've got a little bit excited and thought I'd do a video, but I'm not too sure that these percentages are working out exactly as they should be. So bear that in mind. I'll have to do a little bit more work. So if we had another day's work in there, if we get Dave to do another full day, let's see what happens. So he starts at 8, finishes at 4 again, and there you go. It now tells us that we're behind schedule, we're losing money, which is never a good thing, and this is what we're losing. We've lost about £80. we're like a day behind. No, sorry, yes, well, 7 hours. So yeah, we're like a good day behind, and we're losing money. We're not making any profit, and basically, it's not a good situation to be in. So yeah, this is basically. I'm going to get rid of that red because it makes me feel a bit There we go. Far rather being green. So yeah, that just gives you a rough idea of where you're going to be and how you're going to sort of keep an eye on your costs. Now I've done this on Excel, but there's no reason why you can't do the same thing on Google Documents, where you can access it from your phone. I'm not sure if you can access Excel from your phone, which you might be able to. I'm not too sure. It might be worth checking it out and see if you can. But I always think it's worth having something like this nearby so that you can at a glance see exactly where you are with your job, because we all like to think we are doing well and we are making money, but when I've not done this for a few days, you can get a bit of a shock because you think, oh my god, I thought I was doing right, but then I forgot, oh, I went and bought those 2 tins of paint, didn't I? Oh, an extra bit of cork. I know it doesn't sound a lot, but all these little bits do add up over time. So it may be worth just bearing this in mind and maybe coming up with something. You're more than welcome to have a copy of this. If you contact me, put your comments, your email address in the comments below. I'm more than happy to send you a copy of this. But yeah, it's worth thinking about and worth taking the time to maybe come up with your own way of doing things. So yeah, I hope you found that useful, and it's going to give you some ideas to keep track of your jobs better. Like I say, it's always worth keeping the costs in mind, how much it costs to get there, sundries, sandpaper, masking tape. I know a few people that don't charge for that, but like I say, all those little bits add up and do cost you money over time. So it's well worthwhile trying to keep track of it. If you found this video useful, please click subscribe and like and all the other stuff you have to do. Like I say, if you want a copy of this spreadsheet or any of the others, send me an email. I'll put my emails in the description below. And yeah, until next time, take care, and I'll speak to you a lot soon. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, why not try this one? If not, you might find this one useful. And as always, don't forget to subscribe, click that bell icon, and do all the usual stuff. I'll speak to you guys soon. Cheers.